Now, when you see these two teams, who are the top 5 players, in your opinion, Brady, that are going to make an impact in this game and that you'll be watching closely?
Well, look, there's some easy ones, but to me, the guys that really stand out, number one, Jonathan Allen.
Yes.
Okay? It all starts whether or not Clemson's offensive line can stop Jonathan Allen from making plays. He leads the team in sacks with 9.5. I think we constantly see him eat up double teams, still gets penetration. I mean, heck, the guy's recovered 2 fumbles and returned them for touchdowns this year. That shows you how athletic he is, being that he's 6'3", 290 pounds. And then it's Reuben Foster. And they kind of work hand in hand. Because off of Jonathan Allen, when he eats up those double teams, Reuben Foster, who leads the team in tackles with 103 tackles, he's able to run sideline to sideline and makes all sorts of plays. And when you look at his game, he's very balanced. 4 sacks. Whenever they put him in rushing situations, he gets to the quarterback. He's been all over the field kind of making negative plays. So these two guys work in conjunction with one another, and they'll play off one another throughout the course of the game. But, of course, Deshaun Watson, Mike Williams, that matchup where they can make some big plays, that'll be key. And who's the guy I'll probably be covering Mike Williams? Minka Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
So there you go. The 5 all kind of the 5 all kind of work together, at least in my top 5 to watch.
It'll be very interesting. Dennis, jump in on the conversation. Which 5 do you think are going to be obviously making big impacts in this game and exciting to watch?
Yeah, my list is much the same as Brady's. I just think it's number 1 is Deshaun Watson. If Clemson's going to have a chance, he has to play well. I mean, that's just it. To stop this 26-game winning streak, to put a dent in this dynasty, Deshaun Watson has to play big. He played huge last year, 400 yards, the most ever by an individual against Alabama, and then 351. I think he accounted for 3 touchdowns against Ohio State. So he's certainly capable. That's where this game starts, and Clemson's chances start. I have Jonathan Allen on there. I don't have to repeat. I think he's been Alabama's MVP this year. He should have been a Heisman finalist. Number 3, Bo Scarborough. Why doesn't this guy start? I have a question. I intend to ask that this week in Tampa. For much of the season, he was a third-string running back, not backup, third string. You saw what he did in the semifinal game against Washington. Number 4, Dexter Lawrence. He was the only member of that defensive line on Saturday who didn't have a number, who didn't have a tackle. The rest of the line had 10 tackles, 3 sacks, a couple of TFLs, and harassed Ohio State and J.T. Barrett all night. Dexter Lawrence, they keep calling him the freak, and he is a freak. He'll be a definite impact. And then finally, Reuben Foster, as Brady had. I saw he had 103 tackles on the season. I looked it up. The last 5 games, guys, 50 tackles, 2.5 sacks, and 7 tackles for loss. He's going to be the spy on Deshaun Watson. He's going to be the guy to make the plays at the second level, and maybe the first level, and maybe the second best defender on that defense.
It's going to be a fantastic game. You look at Deshaun Watson and what he can do. Everybody's excited to see that, but then you look at that Alabama defense and what they can do, and it just pits a great matchup between these two.
Yeah, I mean, really, if you look at both teams, they each have the ability to kind of shut down the other's strength, and it doesn't matter which side of the ball you're talking about. So I'll be curious to see how many carries Bo Scarborough gets. Dennis talked about why he wasn't used more throughout the course of this year. He was a little bit banged up, I think, coming into the season, even missed some games during the season. Yeah. But also maybe that had a little bit something to do with Lane Kiffin. Like, hey, this guy has been in our arsenal the whole entire year, and we haven't used him as much as maybe we should have. Like, maybe there's an issue
And
there.
now for this title game, Steve Sarkisian will be calling the play, so we'll see how that plays.
Yeah, and it's interesting, too, because there's at least talk, because this is what Lane Kiffin has said, whether it's true or not, we'll have to wait and see, of whether or not he'll be up in the box, taking over as an offensive analyst, helping out Steve Sarkisian, just not having that full role as being a game planner and play caller and all that. But that's yet to be seen. That was more Lane Kiffin maybe trying to cover some of his tracks based on how things ended there in Alabama.